And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, this is a review, or the second time I've looked at something. That's because it came out in a newer edition, and that's Pajaggle. Now when Pajaggle came out, I was somewhat amused by it. My kids were somewhat amused by it, but the quality wasn't really up to snuff. It just didn't work as well as I wanted it to. But now they've kind of repackaged it in a much nicer thing. So let's take a look at it again and see what it looks like today. Pajaggle. Alright, let's look at the components for a Pajaggle game. It actually comes in a container like this where I can fit all these pieces inside the box. And then this board here slides right on top like that. It's a nice way to have all the pieces together. But let's just take a look at the game itself. You also have a timer that you can use for some of the games, and there's actually several games. But all the games revolve around fitting these pieces into this. So you could play a straight up game of trying to see how long it would take you to get them all in. Let's see how long it takes me. Okay, that was absolutely ridiculous. That's horrible. I'm sorry. I'm so slow. Okay, well, you can see that the pieces are very similar to each other. Some pieces fit inside other pieces, and there was this little piece here that you could use to there's little holes in the back so that if a piece gets stuck in the spot it's not supposed to go, you can dump it out in the middle of the game. Now, so how do you play this game? Well, obviously the way I just showed you is one way to play it. But you can also play in a party way. A party way is where you reach into a bag and you pull out a piece and then you have 10 seconds to put that piece down. Now usually it's going to be pretty easy to do. But sometimes it's harder and everyone else is going to shout 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as they go through it. You can also play a game where you basically start a countdown and you see how many pieces you can get in at a time. One game that you can play against with two people is you can, on your turn, you put pieces on a board of two different colors. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to take your pieces and you're trying to make a path across the board that connects them while the other person is making a path back at you. You can also have two sets. You can also, you can play with three colors at the same time. There's really a whole pile of games that the book has included, or that comes with the game. Each of these, there's 4 cards and they're double-sided, so there's 8 different games. Some of them are solo, some of them are more strategic, some of them are just get out the pieces as fast as you can. The quality of the game has gone up tremendously. I like having all the different color pieces, and when you buy a set, you get one color of the board. Like this was a blue and green set, I believe. Blue board with lime green pieces. And then you can buy bags of the other pieces. So I have red and orange and green because some of the games require 3 different pieces. The board itself is really good quality. It's like a rubber backing, and then on the top here it's plastic. And then these pieces are, again, this is an improvement over the original one. They're raised so that you can feel the outside of them. They're easier to put in and take out, especially with these holes in the back. It's just a nice production overall. And this is a very good quality timer. It even comes with a little stand here that you can kick out and make it stand up. The games themselves. Okay, well, it's like Perfection, if you've ever played Perfection as a child, where you try to put all the pieces in a grid in a certain time frame. Although in this one, they don't all shoot out at the end. It has the different games. The one I enjoy the most is 2 players where we're trying to build a path across to the middle. I think that one is the most strategic, where you're putting out pieces, but at the same time, you're trying to figure out exactly where these go. Now, you saw me put out the pieces in the board. That was not staged. I didn't practice, didn't have them set up ahead of time. And I was just awful at it. And I think I'm pretty good usually at this kind of recognition stuff, but it's hard to remember just how many, dots go around it. Am I looking for one with rounded corners, pointy corners, square corners, one that's a cog? And sometimes you're looking, where does this piece go? And it actually goes inside another piece. And you can forget about that. The game looks really good. Now, I like it. It's a much improved of the original version, and I can see this being a very useful teacher's tool, very useful parents' tool, certainly something for kids. I don't know that I would often play it with other adults. This is more of a family-oriented game, and I can see it being that way because they're going to be bedazzled here by all the different pieces that are in the game, and oh man, and that's pretty cool. And it's a little backpack you can carry around on your back and take Pajaggle with you wherever you go. Look at me. I'm ready for the next game night. Okay, that's really not interesting for me, but again, I think a kid would get a kick out of that. So, I will recommend this highly for kids, for families, for even people who just want to play a casual game. The party game is very tense where everyone's shouting at you, 10, 9, 8. It can be very frustrating if you don't like real-time games. But even if you just want a slow, thoughtful, methodical puzzle, then this game can be for you.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find the latest board game news at Dicetowernews.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Fun Again Games, the world's best game source. Fun Again Games has over 5,000 games available. Check them out at funagain.com.
Shut the door!
That's right. Shut it.
There.